Marillion on Ditto Music Live. That was lovely.
We've had loads of them. We've had loads and loads of text questions, so we're going to do those straight after the adverts. We're going to get the fans back in to ask them as well.
Pages full of text.
Pages full of text, so thank you to everyone for texting in. So we're going to go to the adverts now. Don't forget, keep texting in for the guitar and to ask them a question.
We're going to get Marillion to sign the guitar as well as Our Innocence Lost. I don't think Our Innocence Lost will mind. I don't think they'll mind.
That's a big prize.
That's a very big prize. Guitar signed by our boys from Marillion. So text Ditto, always Ditto, and then guitar and your full name to 84070. Right, more from Marillion in a bit. We'll see you in 2.
Proud sponsors of Ditto Music Live.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll have all that. We like all that. Evening. Oi, you two.
Guys, don't mind the cameras or anything. Just chat away. You know,
15 million albums. I don't care that you're Marillion.
No divas drops on this show, lads.
Fingers on lips. Fingers on lips. Welcome back to Ditto Music Live. I'm Emma Scott. That's Lee Parsons.
Hello.
He's got a top on that is not stained by egg.
These old things.
Forget about the guns. We've had so many texts through from Marillion. A lot of your fans want to ask some questions. Right, boys, remember, microphone right up to the mouth, please.
Snappy answers, guys.
And here's question number 1. Don't lick it.
They'll be fine you for that. The fans will now.
Do you enjoy the conventions as much as us fans do, say Lindsay and Steve in Manchester?
Yes. The preparation's hellish because we have to get 6 or 7 hours of music together. And that's a lot to get into your head at one time.
What was that? 6 or 7 hours?
6 or 7 hours?
Yeah, what we do is we do 3 completely different sorts of concerts.
Carry on.
We'll turn that on.
Go again. 6 or 7 hours.
The preparation's tricky because it's 6 or 7 hours of music to rehearse, but we really enjoy, once we actually get there, they're great fun.
Do people dress up as you and that sort of thing?
I do.
I don't dress up as Steve. No, I sometimes dress up as myself, though.
I'm thinking of like the Star Trek conventions. Everyone dresses
No,
up
it's
as
not
their
like.
characters.
No, it's not really like that.
No.
Do they start bringing instruments around that you've touched or played, or?
They do. They do sometimes bring guitars or bits and pieces that they'd like us to sign. You know.
Buy anything off you? Auction.
No, I don't know. Yeah, we do auction stuff for charity sometimes. We do a lot of work for charity here and there.
Very good.
Fantastic. Okay.
Next question.
This is from Stu Parry. Hello, Stu. Just a reminder, we are totally live, by the way. If it does, you know, look a bit kind of chaotic,
If it does go a bit dodgy, you know, it's
we are
live.
totally live, and that's the energy of the show that we try and project. When is the pre-order version of the new album being sent out?
Yeah.
That's one for Eric.
Where are they?
Eric.
Where's their money?
They're imminent, actually. They're going out within the next couple of weeks.
Actually, I read an email yesterday saying that they were going to be sent out at the end of this week. But they have had, I mean, it's an immense thing that's been sort of put together on our behalf. And
many thousands of
There's a
books.
lot of little things that could, and some of them have gone wrong. So it's taken a little bit longer than we hoped.
The Royal Mail will be making a little bit of money out of the Marillion.
That is. Okay, so we've got all the... Just remind everyone, we had a competition this week. All the fans, a lot of the fans came around to ask some questions. Are they coming on to ask a question?
They were. Well, some of them are going to ask questions.
They're lurking at the moment. They're lurking.
They're all milling about.
Put them on the
they wanted
sofa.
to see the band and meet the band, and that's what we did yesterday, last week on the show, and we're going to give Stone Gods fans a chance to do that as well. So dittomusic.com. Have a look at our website. Right, more questions. Ready? How come H missed his flight?
Yeah. How did you miss your flight?
That's a reference to Warsaw in Poland last week. I was supposed to be there for a live show. And the M40 was a car park, and we sat between junctions 9 and 8A for 3 hours, and I missed the flight from Heathrow. So then I had to go from Luton and fly in the evening, so they had to put the whole thing back about 3 hours. But I got there in the end.
Well done, love.
Yeah, I got there in the
Time
end.
to glue the hair on and everything.
There was... I glued it on the plane.
Very tight.
I did it on the plane.
Thank you, guys. One of the things, obviously, this is a DIY music show. And I said,
you, are we?
What? Yeah, sorry. Can we just talk about my weekend? I went to I was seeing Glenn
It's a
Campbell.
DIY music show. Stop talking about Glenn Campbell.
Next week.
Let's get back to the music glue then.
So what? Can you just give me a few tips on new bands starting out and how they can kind of make their way in the music industry?
Yeah, I think the future is that you should be good, obviously, and then if you're good and you've written some good songs, you should live on fresh air live in the back of a van like we did for years and years and years, and play the pubs and play the clubs and play anywhere you can. You know, just gig around. And every time you gig, the singer should say from the stage at the end, you know, if you like what you heard tonight, put your email address in the box or the bucket by the door, and we won't send you any junk mail, but we will let you know what we're up to, when our next gig is, where we're going to be. And I think that's the only way forward. Over the years, you can build up a lot of email addresses and start to do business with the people who believe in you. Just do that directly.
Yeah, I mean, I think what we have these days that we didn't have when we started out was the internet. Is a great tool for keeping in contact with all the people that have been to see you. So, you know, you should try and use that as much as possible.
Have you been on your laptop tonight, Pete?
And well,
emailing
no,
the fans.
No,
Where'd you see?
I've been here in sunny Birmingham.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's lovely.
You predict, obviously, you know, as I was saying before, I've seen interviews with you a few years ago saying that soon record labels are going to be going to the wall, CD sales, and this before that happened. So where do you kind of see it in the next few years?
I think there's a good. I mean, you can't be sure, but I think there's a good chance all music's going to become free. I really do, and that's going to present challenges to artists as well. They're going to have to find ways of making a living. But I think if you're doing something interesting and you can still play to a lot of people, you can make a living from the concert tickets. You can get people to buy into the music you haven't made yet instead of the music you made already. Yeah. So, I mean, I can imagine a situation where an artist turns around and says, OK, I've written a load of great songs, I'm about to start recording, but I'm not going to start until there's £500,000 in the bank. So everybody send me a quid or a fiver or whatever, and you can go to my website and see the money building up. And when it hits the target, we'll start recording. So what would happen then is you'd actually make a living out the music you haven't made instead of making a living out the music you've recorded already.
What happens if you end up going a bit mental or something and you can't write any music?
Then you keep the money and you go to the Barbados. We've been through this.
The people don't want that.
Well, you know, there's always
something happens to you, and what happens to the album that you're supposed to be making?
Well, it depends who goes mental, really. If the drummer goes mental, you just get another one. If the singer goes mental, well, you just get another one. You'd have to finish it.
Just get them better by using the fund.
I think this band has precedence on both counts, don't it?
Quality.
Are we going to invite some of the fans on to ask them a question now?
Well, I've got to ask one more while we're sorting that out. To all of Marillion, thank you all very, very much for the lovely card signed by you for our wedding back in May. Pete, I also want to apologise for slagging your shoe size off last year, and I can't wait to see you all play in Inverness next month.
Pete?
That's from Karen.
I'm very embarrassed about my shoe size, actually.
You're quite small.
I am, yeah. Petite. I'd like to say petite, really, rather than small.
Petite, you say?
I'm actually... I like to think I'm a size 7, but I sometimes squeeze into a 6.5.
That is a good size 7, though. That's the ideal size.
For a girl?
I need to.
Well, I'm not going to say anything because he's bigger than me.
And we've got another one here. Play Beautiful at Bristol or Bournemouth.
That's what I've heard.
We're coming to both. Stop it, you lot. We're coming to both and Canada next March, says Louise. So you've got to do Beautiful at Bournemouth.
Oh, right, yeah, we will.
Will do.
That's when we met, when you were doing Beautiful.
All right, guys, we've got to quickly shout your question across. Dude in the T-shirt. What was your question? Quickly.
Oh.
Hello. How you doing? Good
hello.
Quickly.